Hey everyone, welcome to the last review section. We're in Unit 6 here, looking at externalities, which, just as a reminder, externalities, we're looking at this root word external. It's just external side effects. They can be positive, they can be negative. If we're thinking about smoking and the negative externalities, it's the negative side, the secondhand smoke, the negative side effects faced by the other people. Positive externalities would be like getting vaccines. Not only does it help you, but it helps the other people around you. If you don't do it, that's how we get, like the measles outbreaks going on right now. Now, when we're looking at these negative externalities, first thing it's asking us to do, we've got our marginal social benefit and the marginal private cost, right? So we're looking at the cost of the individual and the social benefit. Now, what we're looking at with these externalities is how the private decision affects society as a whole. So identify the equilibrium price and quantity produced by the unregulated market. That's just our equilibrium. $25 and 5 units. $25 and the quantity is 5. Assume that each unit of good generates $20 of external cost. These are the damages done to other people. Right? Draw a marginal social cost curve and identify the socially optimal price and quantity. All right, so if we're looking at this $20 external cost, it's just going to raise our cost curve by $20. So at 1 unit, the private cost is $5, the social cost would be 25. At 2 units, the private cost is 10, the social cost would be 30. So it's just shifting upwards by $20. So I've got my marginal social cost here. Now, if we're looking at this, the socially optimal price and quantity, all right, so our new equilibrium, the price would be $35, and the quantity would be 3 units. So what this is telling us is this is where the market wants to produce, $25 and 5 units, but society wants us to produce less, 3 units, and at a higher price. So if we think about cigarettes, like that's the idea behind this. The government taxes cigarettes to try to get to this point. To try to get to the social cost, so we're producing less and we're charging more for it. At the quantity of 5, identify and calculate the area of the dead weight loss. All right, so if society wants us to produce 3, but we're currently producing 5, this area right here, the distance between these two, would represent our dead weight loss. And we'll measure this dead weight loss the same way that we always have, half of the base times the height. So the height is the 45 minus 25, so that's 20. The base is these 2 units that we don't want to be producing, the distance between 5, the unregulated market, and 3, which is what society wants, so 2. So half of the base times the height's 20, the base is 2, so that's 40, divided by 2 would be 20. $20 would be our dead weight loss. So we're looking at this area of inefficiency here. This is where the market wants to produce. This is where society wants to produce. So this area right here would represent our dead weight loss. Now, 4 is asking, calculate the dead weight loss if the government places a $20 per unit tax on the good. All right, well, if we tax this by $20, that would shift this entire curve up by $20. So then our private cost would be our social cost. And that's what the government does with cigarettes. They add that per unit tax on to shift up the supply curve. So if this curve shifted up by $20, which is the same amount as the external cost, that would put us at equilibrium. There wouldn't be any dead weight loss then, because we're producing that socially optimal amount. Assume instead that each unit of the good generates $30 of external cost. Calculate the dead weight loss if the government maintains the $20 per unit tax on the good. So this is kind of going overboard with it, but if the external cost is $30, we would just need to shift this up by $10 more. All right, so now we've got the new marginal social cost here. Our dead weight loss, same thing, half of the base times the height. We'd be measuring this area right here. The height would be $45 minus 35, so that's 10. The base would be the 1 unit that we're overproducing now, times 1, be 10 divided by 2. So the new dead weight loss would be $5. That's going a little bit overboard, but the new dead weight loss would be this area right here. Now, positive externalities work the same way. It's just things that the government wants to encourage because they're beneficial to society. So assume that each unit of the good generates $20 of external benefits. Draw a marginal social benefit curve. All right, so we've got the marginal social cost and the marginal private benefit. So getting a vaccine helps me, but it helps others as well. So if the social benefit of that, or the external benefit, is $20, then the marginal private benefit, this is going to shift up by $20 as well. So it was at 5, now it would be at 25. It was at 10, now it'll be at 30. So this entire curve is going to shift upwards by $20. So this will be our marginal social benefit. So identify the socially optimal price and quantity. So that would be where the social benefit and the social cost meet each other. It would be at $30, and the quantity would be 8 units. So what this is telling us is that in a free market, we're underproducing this good. We're only making 6 units, but society wants more. Society wants 8. So we've got our dead weight loss again. Identify the quantity of, at the quantity of 6 units, identify and calculate the area of dead weight loss. It's this area that we're no longer producing. The free market's wanting us to produce 6, society wants 8, and so same thing, half of the base times the height. The height would be 40 minus 20. It's that $20 benefit that we're losing. So 20 times the base would be 8 minus 6, that's 2. So that would be 40 divided by 2 would be $20 of dead weight loss. So that would be this area right here that we're inefficient. We're underproducing what we need to be. Now calculate the dead weight loss if the government provides a $30 per unit subsidy to consumers. So here we're going to overshoot the mark a little bit, right? If we're raising this private benefit by giving consumers $30, that's going to shift this entire curve up by 30. So that's the 20 plus the 10, so we're here. All right, so now we've got our new private benefit, marginal private benefit. All right, so now our private benefit is higher than the social benefit. So we are producing here, society wants to produce here, we're going to have dead weight loss again. Again, it's going a little bit overboard, but it's just getting you practice with working with the dead weight loss. All right, the height would be the $40 minus the 30, so that's 10. And the base would be the 1 unit that we're overproducing now, times 1. 10 divided by 2, because it's half the base times the height. We've got $5 of dead weight loss. Assume instead that the government provides a $20 per unit subsidy to consumers, calculate the dead weight loss. If that subsidy was for $20, that would make our social benefit and private benefit the same, because now that's moving the private benefit up by $20 to this curve right here. And so in that case, we'd have no dead weight loss because we're at the optimal level again. Sorry, I know that cut off a little bit. So yeah, no dead weight loss there. But that's it. That's all of the AP Micro review. We'll have some other review things that we go over between now and the test. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And if I'm between diapers and changing bottles and all that, I'll get back to you. Thanks.